What's up again, everybody? It's the Olosopher giving you the Olosophy. I know, hey man, bear with me. I know y'all like, damn man, you just did a long ass video, man. You back again? Hey, well man, when you got all this information, man, it's like I can't help myself, man. I mean, but man, let me cut to the chase, man. I want to talk to y'all about something. The real reason why you got a lot of black athletes, past and present, speaking out against Colin Kaepernick and his protest. And I know y'all like, dang, man, you talking about Colin Kaepernick again? Yes, this is a must, okay? I can't talk about this dude enough of what he's doing and what he's done thus far, okay? And athletes like him before him has done, not to lead them out. And, so it's basically like this, everybody. The reason why you got a lot of black athletes, past and present, talking about him in, disregard is jealousy, okay? Because, see, they've been lied to their whole lives. It's saying, like, look, the way you got to make it in this life and the way you got to be this and you got to be that, you have to capitulate. You have to yield. You have to have no backbone, and you have to do this and you have to do that. You have to live by someone else's definition. You can't be yourself. You have to be somebody else. And people like Colin Kaepernick showed them another way. And Colin Kaepernick showed them that their teachings and that their upbringing was wrong. And their whole moral fiber was wrong. Their philosophy was wrong. You don't have to be this way. And at the end of the day, and another thing, a lot of these athletes, these black athletes, past and present, they wasn't bold enough to do what he's done. Okay? They was a lot of black athletes and a lot of black people spoke out against Muhammad Ali and what he's done. But it was jealousy. Because they wanted to be the Messiah for their people, their way. For the people, their way. Just like you got athletes that want their prestige and want their people to follow them doing it their way. Well, when you got somebody like a Colin Kaepernick that's, they jealous of it. They jealous of his, of his God. They jealous of the balls this man had. Okay? Because truth be told, a lot of these athletes, y'all, and I like I said, I've been in some of these locker rooms with these guys, man. A lot of these dudes have low self-esteem. They all have a low self-esteem. Low self-esteem, blah. A lot of these dudes have a low self-esteem, and the reason why they got into athletics because it validated who they were. That's why it explains if you see them out here in society do all the corny shit that they do, okay? Because these dudes was never comfortable in their own skin to begin with. All right, they not comfortable in their own skin. They got like confident issues, man. And I ain't talking about the confidence of like getting out there on the field and playing, performing at a high level. I'm talking about the confidence as a man. All right, they lack that self-confidence to step out into the world. See, like they let a game validate who they are. They want people to know them as a football player. And if I know it's TV and it's media, but if you look at that saying that Lawrence Taylor said, watch me here, watch that movie Any Given Sunday. When Lawrence Taylor was talking to Jamie Foxx, and he was basically, he gave him the game when they was in that steam room, pause. They was in that steam room. And Lawrence Taylor was like, when a man look back on his life, he want to be proud of all of it. Not just his years in pads and cleats. See, that's the problem. A lot of these dudes, they want to define themselves based on what they've done on a field of play, how they entertain massa. Did I do it good enough for you, boss? Ding, 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 ding. Did I do it good enough for you, boss? See, they living by that definition. So when they see somebody like a Colin Kaepernick saying, you know what, bump that. You know what? I'm going to use my platform to do what's right. I'm going to do what you don't have the balls to do. Boom. I'm taking my stand in there. I'm going to let the world know since I'm an athlete, I'm a world-known figure. See, now the world is going to take notice. See, that's the real reason the NFL and other power structures are speaking out against Kaepernick because he put the world on notice. He put the world on notice. It's the same thing Ali did. Maybe Colin Kaepernick wasn't as big as an Ali, but when Ali took that stand, he put the world on notice. People didn't even have TVs knew what Ali did. And that basically put an investigative eye on America. Like, yo, what y'all got going on over there? You telling us how to treat our people over here, and you got mad you got genocide on your end. You killing people over there. So how you gonna police me? See, that put America on notice. It's the same thing what Colin Kaepernick's doing. He's putting this country on notice. He's basically, like I've been saying, he's revealing that bed sheet. So, and then a lot of these athletes are jealous because man, I wish I would have done that. When I had my stage, I wish I'd have spoke out like that. Or then you got some of them that's just sick. That's just like, no, that's not the way to do it. I'm pleasing my master. My master just master, and I'm going to please my master. You wrong, boy. Don't you speak out against master like that. Again, but that's the truth of it all. Okay? A lot of these men have self-esteem issues, and I ain't talking about the self-esteem issues on the field. I'm talking about as men. They let their sport validate who they were. They couldn't think outside of that. Okay? They never looked outside of themselves. They never looked outside of what they were doing and looked at their inner self and said, you know what, I can offer more than with just what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, I played in the league. I can sit up here and talk about sports all day, and I can talk about sports in my sleep. I can break down a game of football, basketball, pro wrestling in my sleep. Okay, in the sports that I love, I can break them down in my sleep, but that's not my lane. I feel I can talk about more. I have a broader horizon. I mean, my mind expands out because I didn't when I played football, when I played basketball, when I used to play baseball, I didn't let that define who I was as a child, and I damn sure didn't let it define me who I was when I was in the NFL as a man. All right? I hope I shared enough information with y'all. Again, it's the Olosopher, giving you the Olosophy, talking from the third eye. Cyclops, let's awake the people.